we'll call the March 23rd, 2026 Village Board meeting in order. Please stand for the pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, in the event of a fire or other emergency, ask to leave through the exit door, down the stairs, and out the front and rear of the building. Will the clerk treasurer please call the roll?
Mayor Schroeder.
Here.
Trustee Malone Schaefer.
Here.
Trustee Michaely.
Here.
Trustee Miller.
Here.
Trustee O'Brien.
Here. Minutes of the meeting dated March 9th.
Motion to approve?
We have a motion by trustee Michaely to approve.
Second.
Second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Abstract of audited vouchers, please.
I would like to make a motion that the treasurer be authorized to pay from the vouchers all the claims against the General Sewer Trust Capital Equipment Reserve, Community Development, and Special Repair Reserve funds for the period from March 10, 2026 to March 23, 2026. Further, that the report of the Finance Committee be accepted from the abstract of the audited vouchers, and that all claims were paid against the general fund in the amount of $190,803.73, sewer fund in the amount of $9,842.60, trust fund in the amount of $24,762.07, totaling $225,408.40 for the period from February 24th, 2026 to March 9th, 2026.
Motion by trustee Miller.
Second.
Second by trustee O'Brien. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Listed correspondence, we have 4 pieces this evening. The first is from the Town of Lancaster Building Department for providing a report of building permit applications, open complaints, inspections, and expired permits that were filed for properties within the Village of Lancaster from February 18th, 2026 to March 11th, 2026.
Motion to receive and file?
We have a motion to receive and file by trustee Michaely.
Second.
Second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Second piece of correspondence is from Corey Damon, providing a special events application for a Bike to School Day event to be held on May 6, 2026 in the Village of Lancaster.
I'd like to make a motion to place that in a special event.
We have a motion by trustee Malone Schaefer to place that in the Special Events Committee.
Second.
Second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Correspondence from Arbor Day Foundation congratulating the Village of Lancaster for achieving USA status and receiving a growth award.
Motion to receive and file?
We have a motion to receive and file by trustee Michaely.
Second.
Second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Fourth piece of correspondence is from Fire Chief Eric Feldman requesting authorization of 8 new fire pagers from Sia Motorola Solutions on a New York State contract number PT 68722 in the amount of $3,670.40 with funds available in budget line A3411.2604. I'll make that a motion.
Second.
The second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Move on to resolutions. We have several this evening. First resolution is to schedule the annual organizational meeting for the 2026-2027 official year in council chambers on Monday, April 13th, 2026 at 6 p.m.
Motion to approve?
We have a motion by trustee O'Brien. Second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Second resolution is to schedule a public hearing in council chambers on Monday, April 13th, 2026 at 7:15 p.m. to consider public comments and feedback regarding the proposed budget for the 2026-2027 fiscal year.
So if I could just step in 1 second, if we're not going to have our work session until the week after that, should we have this public hearing now before we even discuss ourselves? Because this is only the preliminary budget.
Wait, you have to have it, yeah, you can have your public hearing to have feedback, and actually it might be, if you have your work session after, it might be to have any comment from the public that you could take into consideration when you have your work session.
Okay. All right. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
We have motion by trustee Michaely.
Second.
Second by trustee O'Brien. Question? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Third resolution is to approve the Arbor Day proclamation to designate Friday, April 24th, 2026 as Arbor Day in the Village of Lancaster.
Motion to approve?
The motion by trustee Ryan,
Second.
trustee Miller, on the question. Today, we meet in Veterans Park Ceremony. It's open to the public. It's always nice to see everybody come out, and we add another tree to that park. And it's come a long way over the years. Fourth resolution is to award the bid for the Avenue Sewer Project for construction services to JMM Construction of Western New York Incorporated in the amount of $270,317 as the lowest responsible bidder per the review and recommendation of Watts Architects and Engineers.
Motion to approve?
A motion to approve by trustee Miller,
Second.
second by trustee Mickley. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Fifth resolution is to authorize the advertisement for bids for the Lancaster Pocket Park Project with a bid opening date on Wednesday, April 15th, 2028, 11 a.m.
I want to make a motion to table that resolution till April.
Okay, we have a motion. Resolution is issuing a negative declaration pursuant to seeker for the adoption of the Village of Lancaster Village of DP Comprehensive Plan Update.
Motion to approve?
We have a motion by trustee O'Brien to approve.
Second.
By trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Number 7, resolution adopting the Village of Lancaster Village of DP Comprehensive Plan Update.
Motion to approve?
We have a motion by trustee Miller,
Second.
second by trustee O'Brien to approve. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 8th resolution to accept and approve the following membership changes for the Lancaster Fire Department as approved at its department meeting on March 10th, 2026. First one is John Robinson III, resigned from Eagle Hose Company, and second is John Robinson III, change in status from active to inactive life.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by trustee Mickley to approve,
Second.
second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried.
Mayor, before you move on, Mr. Schutt had sent us an email asking you for a resolution for you to sign the annual report interim progress certification for year 2 of the SPDES general permit for stormwater discharges. Because it's actually due by April 1st. So I can make a motion.
Are you making that a
I can make a motion for you to sign as requested for submittal to the New York State DEC.
We have a motion by trustee O'Brien,
Second.
second by trustee Miller. Under question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you. We will go to committee reports, and we will begin with finance and claims.
I have nothing to report.
Okay, anything for finance and claims? Public Works, Chairman Mickley.
No report tonight.
Public Safety, I brought it up in the work session. Once we get the contract from Ellicott Development, then we'll pursue the parking situation further. Building Lights and Codes, Chairman Mickley.
Tonight, we will have we have a public hearing, and then unless there's drastic public opposition to the new signage code, we will be passing it. I'll make a resolution after that. And that's all I have.
Okay. Human Resources, Chairman Malone Schaefer.
I have nothing to report this evening.
Community Events, Chairman Malone Schaefer.
Nothing to report.
Economic Development, again, as nothing to report tonight. Sewer, Chairman Mickley.
All I have is, as I said during the work session, we approved tonight the Pleasant Avenue project. There were 5 bids. The construction will start soon after the 4th of July parade, probably around July 15th. Should take 30 days of construction, about a 40-day project, probably 30 days in the ground. That's all I have.
Okay, anything for Chairman Mickley? All right, we'll go into grants, and I just want to remind you, if it starts running a little bit, we have to stop at 7:15, and we'll pick it up after that.
Understood. Before I get into grants, do we want to schedule that work session to discuss the flock drone?
We can certainly
make a
do that.
resolution.
We want to wait till they say when they're ready?
I thought we said the 27th, right?
I'll have to confirm that with the sales rep.
Oh, okay, so we'll have to schedule that at the next meeting then?
Cap, you want to get a hold of me when you do that, and then, I can get, at least get the word out to the board.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that, thank you. Okay, well then, diving into grants. As I mentioned during the work session, Plum Bottom Creek Culvert Project is moving along as expected. There were some delays due to rain and equipment, but that was all built into their scheduling. They're still anticipating being done in early April. And as I mentioned also during the work session, the village has been awarded a $2 million grant from the Federal Highway Administration, FHWA, yeah, to complete the project, phase 2 of that project. Nice thing for the residents in that area who've had to listen to the droning of the generators all night long, that probably will take a couple of years before it actually can be put into place. Federal grants take a bit of time. So more to come on that, but it's good to have that money to finish the project and appreciate DOT's help in acquiring that. The letters for tree plantings for the USDA Forest Services tree planting grant and the DEC tree planting grant have all gone out for the spring planting properties. Amy said that she received 29 notes of feedback as of the middle of last week, the vast majority of which are positive. So if you live in the targeted areas, you'll likely, if you have gotten a letter, if you didn't, then you'll be surprised when there's a tree on your front lawn in the end of next month. Tonight, we approved the comp plan. I just want to say thank you to everyone on the board who worked on putting this together and contributed to making what I really think is a solid plan for the future. Next step on this, I think we'll be looking for grant money to achieve some of the goals of the plan, including the zoning update. I've already had conversations with Erie County about perhaps getting a planning grant to do that zoning update sooner rather than later. With the New York Forward Pocket Park, we did anticipate this week of going out to bid. However, there's one procedural thing that needs to be completed. That hopefully that'll be done by next meeting, so then we can approve the bid package on that. One note on New York Forward in general, which we haven't talked about in a while, which the Pocket Park came from, but also Tom Sweeney's building, the Opera House upgrades, the Boys and Girls Club upgrades. One of the projects seems to be falling through. The senior housing on Brookfield Place seems like it's not going forward. So we're having conversations with New York State to try to figure out next steps on what to do about that. And we have a meeting tomorrow. I'm watching the clock too. We'll be meeting tomorrow to just put our heads together and try to figure out where we're going from here on that. With the EFC planning grant for mini systems 2, 3, and 6, we received responses, and Trustee Mike Lee and I are going to get together and figure out what next steps are as far as reviewing those responses and making a decision to advise the board of who to use for that planning project. We had a meeting on the Central Avenue Streetscape project today, the TAF grant, which includes the Mobility Hub. We collected a lot of feedback over the last month, and I truly appreciate everyone who reached out, property owners, merchants, residents, who provided their things they liked about the project, things they didn't like about the project. Trust me, we went through it all in a call that went way over today. We are currently working on an updated design for the Mobility Hub that should be coming out in the next few weeks, that we can continue that discussion, including more meetings with the public and trying to make the changes we can make and make modifications where we can make them as well. And finally, in grants, last week I submitted an application to the Lowe's Community Impact Grant to hopefully get funding to upgrade the terrace that goes down from West Main Street into Cayuga Creek Park. That terrace right now does not match the original vision for that location. Has spaces that aren't really that usable. The intent of this project is to create a fully usable space with seating and tables that you may actually want to go and use as a terrace. Go out and have a beverage and look out at the park, or look at the water, or just take a break in the shade. So hopefully we hear back on that and get some funding to make that project happen. Quickly, that was it for grants in 4 minutes.
Oh, well, you did pretty good, because it's almost 7:15. So, and by law, we have to wait till 7:15. I'm not going to get into audience participation until after that.
Yep.
And there we go. All right, read the official notice that was published in the Lancaster Bee, our official paper. So please take notice that the Village of Lancaster Board of Trustees will conduct a public hearing in the council chambers of the Lancaster Municipal Building, 5423 Broadway, Lancaster, New York, on Monday, March 23rd, 2026, at 7:15 PM to consider a local law which, if adopted, would, number one, incorporate into Section 350-35 sign regulations of Chapter 350 zoning of the Village, Lancaster Village Code regulations relating to signage within the Lancaster Village MU Core District, Zone District. Number two, incorporate into 350-35 sign regulations of Chapter 350 zoning of the Lancaster Village Code provisions permitting common residential signage without requiring residents to undertake a permit process. Number three, eliminate the requirement that an application for a sign permit be accompanied by a bond or insurance certificate. Number four, add, revise, and eliminate or other provisions of the village code to accommodate the above referenced revisions. And the full text of this proposed local law may be reviewed at the Village of Lancaster website, lancastervillageny.gov, or during office hours of the Village of Lancaster Clerk Municipal Building, 5423 Broadway, Lancaster, New York. At said hearing, all persons so desire shall have the opportunity to be heard. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this proposed legislation? I'll ask again, is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this proposed legislation? And a third time, is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this proposed legislation? Hearing none, any comments from the village board?
I'd like to make a resolution that we adopt the new code as presented.
We have a motion by trustee Mitchell to adopt the
Did we
code
close,
as
we have to make a motion to
presented.
close the public hearing first.
We opened it, did we?
We have to close the public hearing before you do. Or it's nodding his head.
Go ahead.
We need a motion.
I make a motion to
pub-
close the public hearing.
We have a motion by trustee O'Brien to close the public hearing, second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have a motion by trustee Mitchell to approve this legislation as presented,
Second.
second by trustee Miller. Under the question,
Under the question, I think, good job. Like, I think I read through it. I think it makes sense for the village. I think it's exciting to finally get this done, because I know it's been on the to-do list for a while. So thank you, Art, and thank you, John, for all the work you put into it.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. We'll get back to regular meeting agenda. This is the portion of the meeting that we reserve for audience participation. If there's anyone who would like to address the village board on any topic, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and tell us what you'd like to speak about. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the village board? I'll ask one more time. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the village board? If not, we'll move on to committee reports, and we will start with finance and claims.
I think we did this once already. I think we're at the department heads now.
Actually,
We have technology and climate smart.
Oh, tech and marketing? Oh, tech and
And
marketing.
I have nothing to report.
Oh, perfect. Okay, and I'm sorry, climate chart?
Yep, on Climate Smart, just one note from Amy. She attended a NEST meeting back on the 19th. One piece of information she brought from that I thought was important to share is Buffalo State is hosting a free paint collection event. This is on 4/18. So I know when we're all cleaning our basements or our garages, we always find these random cans of paint that we don't know what to do with. Do not throw them out, please. They don't go in the garbage. You can bring them to Buff State on the 18th and drop them off. If you go to the village website, there's an article about it that has a link to register for the event and also a list of what they will and will not accept. So if that applies to you, check it out and get some of that paint out of your garage. And that's it for Climate Smart.
Okay, we'll move on to department head reports. Clerk Treasurer Stegmeyer?
Yes, thank you. First, just a note that I'm planning to take vacation time, hopefully next
No.
week. That, that could end up being a reality, but I'm going to try. And then we talked about scheduling a budget work session, I believe, for April 15th, Wednesday, April 15th.
Yes.
Do we know a time for that?
It just, you need to select the time as early as you want, as late as you want.
What works for the board?
Want to do 4 o'clock?
Yeah, that's good.
4 o'clock?
All right, so I'll make a motion to schedule a budget work session for Wednesday, April 15th at 4 PM.
We have a motion by trustee O'Brien,
Second.
second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Okay, and then I had forwarded to you, the Planning Commission met last Thursday, and they reviewed a change in use application for creative photography at 11 West Main Street, Suite 550. They had submitted a letter from the chairperson recommending approval of that application. If the board wanted to consider approval tonight, since our next meeting's not for 3 weeks, it
I'll make a
wouldn't
motion.
delay the
I'll make
process.
a motion to approve.
We have a motion by trustee Michael to approve.
Second.
Second by trustee O'Brien. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried.
And then one last thing, also our consultant from the Small Project Fund had forwarded the last owner agreement for approval. Again, it's for 25 Central Avenue, asking for approval authorizing the mayor to sign so they could move forward with construction on that project as well.
We'll need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion by trustee O'Brien to approve.
Second.
Second by trustee Miller. Under the question, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried.
That's all I have.
That's it. Fire Chief Feldman?
Our February numbers were 37 calls, and we have a total of 69 for the year so far. I meant to read that off at the last meeting, but we had a fire call in the middle of the last meeting.
No excuse.
The last 2 meetings, actually, I've been able to. I wanted to let you know that we were awarded $1,000 through FASNY for Recruit New York. We were one of the first people to sign up to join into that. So what that $1,000 will be used for is social media posts, and that'll be targeted for local area to try and get our membership moving in the right direction, which we've been doing pretty good lately, but any help that we can get, especially that it's money just for filling out the application and doing our part. So we got that through FASNY, and then we just recently had the Erie County Joint Firefighters Association awards banquet on Saturday. We had a couple people that received awards and others that were runner-up. I'll read through them real quick here. For 50-plus years, Greg Smith and Clifford Tip Kryman both won the Achievement Award. Fire Service Award, 41 to 50 years, Carl Adolph. Junior firefighter David Hasseltine. Fire Police, Wendy Schweitzer. And then our runners-up for Ladies Auxiliary of the Year was Ann Enser. For Fire Service Award was Jenny Hauser and Sarah Feldman, Tom Kukaleka. And then for Firefighter of the Year was Ron Robinson. They were all recognized for being put in for the award, but were not awarded this year. And then for me to finish up, I want to thank everybody on the board, all the village residents for the work that on the LoSAP Length of Service program change. I think it's going to help us with retention and recruitment. And I appreciate all the hard work. This has been a long process since before COVID started. So if everyone can remember when that was. So I appreciate it. Thank you for that. Do you have anything for me before we?
Yes. Congratulations to the award winners. It's always nice to be able to do that.
Yes, and I'm lucky that I have, there's 96 fire departments in Erie County, and they all can put in for these awards. And I was a little upset to see that we were one of 8 that put in for these awards. Every fire department has somebody that's worthy of getting some sort of award. And I'm also very lucky that in the fire department, we created an awards committee. Anytime I get a letter, I give it to them. We discuss who should be nominated from, instead of it just being one person coming up with these awards and then writing the letters, and because there's specific guidelines for writing letters. And we're now sending those same, we have to change them a little bit, but for different organizations across the state to try and get more award winners. It brings money into the department through donation. The FASNY, by us applying, shows that we're active with FASNY, and that puts us open for more awards for different things over the course of the year. So it is really nice that we do recognize them people. I know our administrator forwarded you all of those, right, for proclamations or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If
I
you
was
don't,
going to suggest getting a hold of Jim Sinner from the Bee. They'd love that story.
I think they shared it, to be honest with you. I thought it was on their social media.
Oh, it may be, I don't know. But he'd love a story like that. And it's good news. I mean, I'm speaking as a past chief and longtime member of Lancaster Fire Department. And it's a tough job. It really is. And it's getting tougher every year because more and more regulations are being put in. And these poor guys spend more time training than they spend with their family just so that they can stay active. And that's what the part the public doesn't see. when the fire department comes to see you, it's on the worst day of your life, and then you don't want to socialize, you want them to do the jobs they were trained to do. And they do it very well in Lancaster, and Chief, I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that. I don't know the exact numbers, but like 90-some% of the people in the community never see the fire department come to their address. It's like 97%, other than seeing us during a parade or at some family event. So it is good that we get out into the public. We have a talk to a firefighter, kind of like what you did with we're going to do the same thing for our Recruit New York stuff, go into different locations in the village, and that schedule is going to come out here soon. And then we will have, we're having our installation of officers. I know we put in for the parade and that, but it's coming up in May. We'll put out a formal invite to the whole board to be there for that. But we'll have more on that in the future.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Chief. Code Enforcement, Matt Fischel.
Nothing further to report tonight, thank you.
Okay. Cap?
Nothing today.
Okay, very good. Art?
Nothing this evening. Oh, you weren't looking at me, nothing this
Okay,
evening.
okay. no.
You did ask me, right?
I did.
Okay.
That is
Nothing
correct.
to report.
Okay, I think that's going to do it for the department head reports. We have no hearings, anything miscellaneous. If not, Chairman would be in order.
Motion to adjourn.
And it's motion by trustee Mickley, second by trustee Malone Schaefer, under the question. Meeting's adjourned. Is that to my?